trying to do things different right now, but all I know is you. And time flies, my days turn into nights, and that's when I need you. You were mine, and I was yours. You and I against the world. And don't believe the stories told. That's what you told me. But it was that small town, small crowd when we first felt
like a rubber chicken cut in half, I don't know.
And we are recording. Hey, hello everybody. What is going on? Summer of Us, the intro song here today that you're playing in the background, the latest single from our guy Timmy Dunn. What's going on, everybody? The trio all here. Danny, G, Seth. Welcome into episode 19 of the Connected by Seams podcast. Again, we caught up with country singer, country rock, whatever kind of genre you want to put in. As you hear his latest single there, though, he's able to kind of touch on all types of different areas. But that's Timmy Dunn. That's our latest interview that we caught up with. Awesome, genuine Southern conversation. Our guy all the way out in Kentucky, but really kind of felt that connection through that interview. Before we get there, though, let's kind of dive into, we had a little bit of a layoff. Danny, I know we must be looking really good. You're coming off fresh new pair of eyeballs, man. LASIK, how was it? How you feeling? Everything's good?
Well, yeah, everything is great, but now that I have it done, you guys look worse than I thought. I look better.
Oh, wow. Everyone was right. Everyone was right. I was wishing you would tell them they were wrong, but wow, here we are.
No, it's
truth be told.
Yeah, it's awesome. The feeling of waking up and being able to not have to put glasses on and I could see immediately. You know, if I wake up in the middle of the night and I got to go get water or something, I don't have to grab glasses or something to. It just cuts something else out of my day. I have to put contacts on every single day, worried about the wind or everything, like worried about touching my contacts or something. It's just like
quick, easy. What's the process like?
Process is pretty quick. You go into the office and they start giving you numbing drops and stuff, and they just they do a final look at your eyes, make sure everything's right where they want it to be, and go in. And
my eyes are watering already.
Yeah,
dude,
that is wild.
They put numbing drops in, and they give you like a Xanax just to relax, and you go into surgery. And you lay down. Yeah. And they put those clamps in your eyes. They put those clamps in your eyes to keep you from blinking. And your eye's numb. And there's a laser, and it's directly above your eye. And you look at it, and they make the laser. Like the way I had it done is they swipe a couple layers from your eye, or they cut it with the laser. Cuts it. They flap it open. Laser goes on for 15 seconds tops. Close it back up. Other eye. It's like 30 seconds.
Wow. That is wild.
Where's the snapshot of those clamps in your eyes? I want to see that picture. And
I think we posted them last week. It's like where my eye is just like wide open. It's like these little
I missed it.
It's like these little four, like I don't know. Think of like a claw, and they just put it in. You can't feel anything. You literally feel nothing. Like when he was done.
What a weird concept.
I was worried about it.
Like how they figured out that would fucking work. Like that's wild.
Yeah, it's crazy. But like all like halos and lights are gone for me. I could see really well at night now.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And that's quick too.
Yeah, and I used to think that like at night things always look super weird for me. Like, man, I can't is this how night looks? Like, is this like weird? Like Disneyland used to trip me out at night. Because all the halos and shit.
The different ones.
Dude, I couldn't see. I felt trippy to me.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, at night I look at the backyard and I'm like, I can actually see, like clearly see. So it's pretty cool.
That's rad. Sweet. Nice. Well,
thank you.
Here we are, looking bad and all. Happy you're here, though. Here we are back. Highs and lows. Myself, actually, I'm enjoying a nice day off here. Sipping on a little drankety drank. Enjoying a nice little day off here on this Monday. It is beautiful out. You guys said it's hot.
Is that straight orange juice?
Is that pineapple juice?
Yeah, but in a
what-
sweet
is it just
glass.
straight juice?
Yeah, but it's in
Yeah.
a sweet glass, so it makes it way better.
Yeah.
Way better.
Oh, okay.
But no, my highs and I've received a couple responses.
I love it.
texts,
Hold on. I love it. We've been talking to you for what, 25 minutes,
and I saved that.
and then you just now
Yeah.
pull that out. Like,
Dude, we were
it's gotta be
busy.
warm by
And
now.
it wasn't even in a schooner. It's in a martini glass.
We were busy, dude. It's a mimosa.
All
We
right.
were busy. We were chatting business.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
you know, it was important stuff. I don't have time for that.
All right.
That stuff can
Fair
wait.
enough. Fair enough.
But yeah,
All
I have gotten a couple people reaching out. Things college sports sounds like it's coming back for anyone. Maybe just
Awesome.
listening. I work in mostly college athletics, doing sports play-by-play, broadcasting, and ever since March, we've not had anything to talk about. No sports going on. So to have people reaching out, inquiring, seeing if I'd be interested, hearing things might be, you know, rumblings of middle of January, even before that for some sports. For me, that's like, let's go, baby. Like, put the fucking headset back
Very
on.
promising.
Like, I have been itching and wanting to. So that was cool. For me,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can
That's awesome.
top that, but good luck. Just kidding.
I'm gonna go with my surgery was my high.
Yeah. Good call.
I don't know if I had a low. I mean, my other high is that I'm gonna go hunting real soon here. So looking forward to getting out and
Yeah, that's like a week. How long are you gonna be gone?
I think a couple weeks.
Wow.
Ooh.
That's what I
Yeah.
like
So
to
The
not
weather's starting to get a little different out there too, right? Is it
Yeah,
gonna be cold or what?
not unbearably cold. It's not going to be like 10 degrees. It'll be like in the 30s or 40s. Very comfortable weather.
Super comfortable.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
we're
when
used to that. It
when
should
you're
be here pretty
walking-
soon in California. It should be right around there pretty soon.
Oh, we walk like 15 to 20 miles a day. So it's
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
it's a lot better than it being 80 outside when you're walking that much, you know. So,
Agreed.
but I think that's good. I mean, nothing really. Yeah, two positives. How about
Nice.
For me, you know, this last week I was able to you know get some stuff done around the house, and one of those things is clearing out a bunch of old electronics that I have. And
Always
I was
fun.
going through. It's always a blast. But I pulled out some old I have like an iPhone 3G or
That's what I
3X
have.
or whatever. It is what you have. I know. I got a spare for you. So when yours dies, hit me up. No, I was going through it, and I have an old iPad that I use that I dropped in a jacuzzi. So naturally, it dies, right?
What?
And I was looking it up online, and I was super stoked that, you know, they still accepted to buy old products or whatever. And I typed it in, and I would get a grand total of $11.
Oof.
So I decided to keep it, and I just plugged it in just because I was like, I wonder if it'll work now or
Dry now.
something. Dude, it freaking turned on. It
No
worked
way.
perfectly fine. Dead serious. So that's
Let's
my
go.
high, because I basically got a new iPad, and
Yeah.
I'm super pumped on that.
That's pretty awesome.
It functions.
So,
like, have you
that's
tried?
my-
Have you tried to like mess around with the apps?
Dude,
and, like,
everything
that is
works.
so freaking
No, it
rad.
works
Let's
freaking-
go.
Yeah, no. So I said,
Apple obviously did not hear what we were saying during our last episode of shitting on them, but that's all right.
No,
That's all right. All reliable.
but-
Nice.
and then my low is it hasn't.
There's
happened
always got to
yet,
be
but-
one.
Well, there is. I'm not looking forward to this heat coming back to
No.
To SoCal. Like that
Yeah,
last
100
week
again.
where it topped out at like 80,
Yeah, that's
Maybe.
the latest drama in these parts too. Everyone's
and
talking
now
about
it's supposed to be back up to freaking mid to high 90s all this next week and more. I'm like, I'm over
it. I
it.
can't wait for the Instagram
All weather.
photos. Everyone's gonna be in jeans, 3 flannels, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And if you look closely, everyone's dripping sweat in their pictures.
They're gonna be looking fall.
But it's gonna
as
it's
fuck.
gonna be so fall.
Yeah, they're
Can't
gonna
wait.
look great.
Sweet. Well, here we are. Heck of a time. Heck of a conversation with Timmy Dunn. I think we mentioned it during the
What a
interview.
cool guy.
Just it being organic. The whole thing was just, we posted about Davey, put the whole thing out, stumbled across him, reached out. He got back to me. He was fired up, thought we were cool. So why not roll with it? And here we are, getting to talk with him, and exciting times for him. So much momentum moving forward for him, just getting verified on Instagram, which may sound whatever to some people, but for others, that's a big deal. And especially career-wise, and him putting his product out there for people to hear and see and get his name out there is big time. So as small as that is for me to talk and brag about, I think that's cool. We get to chat with someone of that status. So here we are. We'll send it to the interview with Timmy Dunn. Enjoy. Hello. What's going on, everybody? Welcome into another episode here of the Connected by Seams podcast, as we welcome independent singer, songwriter, and country rock artist based in Henderson, Kentucky, Timmy Dunn. Timmy, so happy to have you on, man. Thanks for joining us. How you doing?
Thank you, man. I'm doing great. Kentucky's all right now.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. You have some leaves changing. You have stuff going on that we don't see very often in here in California. So fall's coming for you, huh?
Oh yeah. We've got the pumpkins and we've got the leaves changing. We've got the cooler nights, with the bonfires, the hoodies and stuff like that. So you really can't complain about this time of year.
No, that sounds perfect. It's getting there here for us, but it's still, you put those pumpkins out now and there ain't no way they're going to last till Halloween. It's way too hot still. But that's awesome.
They're going bad.
Yeah, exactly. But no, it's awesome for us. Another aspiring musician. We were just talking before we got on here. The three of us, we do not know you. This is the first time we've gotten the chance to meet you, talk to you in general. So it makes it even that much more exciting, and kind of just how this whole thing happened, like you said, is just organically, and here we are. We're just gonna have a conversation and let people know who you are. Pretty cool story. We'll just dive right into it. We mentioned you're a country rock artist. You don't hear that all the time. There are those names out there that kind of tend that direction. But you've always grown up enjoying a wide variety of music, in particular R&B. If we want to start kind of with that mix of R&B and country, it makes for an interesting mix. If you can explain kind of where each liking of those genres came from.
I'm mixed. So my biological father was black and then my mom was white. So it was nothing for us to have. Hold on one second. Could you shut that window, actually? Yeah. It was nothing for us to have Hank Jr. in the kitchen, and then at the other end of the house, my dad would have Dr. Dre on. So that was nothing. So before puberty, before kids and all that kind of stuff, we did have an R&B group. We did have a record deal. We went out to D.C. They were going to put us out in like Las Vegas. And so we did that whole thing.
Yeah. How old? It was you and your brother, correct?
Yeah. I was 15. And then that would have made my brother, he was 4 years younger than me. So we were little dudes.
Wow. So you kind of got acclimated to that life early on. Was it, like you said, you had a little deal going on. How did it just kind of fade out, or how did that come to an end?
My mom.
Too young?
We went out. Yeah. So we sang for these people over the phone, and they were like, "Oh man, y'all gotta come out to DC, and we're gonna have you record." And my mom said, "You know what? We'll let them get their feet wet. We'll entertain this." But the problem was when we got out there, they said, "Hey, we want to do a record deal with you. We want to send you out to Las Vegas for a year for artist development, and blah 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 blah." And she was like, "Whoa, hold on. I thought we were just gonna sing a song or two and then head back home." But she really just stopped it right there.
That's kind of a testament to you guys, though. You guys must have been pretty legit.
You got some pipes, it sounds like, at an early age.
At least I did,
Yeah. At 15, so you've always kind of aspired to kind of get interested in music, I guess. Did it just come out of nowhere? You mentioned the music playing all the time, but that's got to start sometime,
I think it really started with different groups that we would see. Listen, y'all can hate if you want to, just maybe not on camera, but I was a huge like NSYNC fan, like all the boy bands, and so I was constantly even.
You're lying if you didn't listen to a little bit.
Everybody's lying.
Exactly. Exactly. Everyone has.
Nobody in here can sit here and say they don't know the words to Tearing Up My Heart. You know what I mean? But
dance, many a dance as an 8th grader those.
That's what I was just gonna say. Rock those for sure.
So it just kind of started that way, man. I was constantly trying to put together a group, and we were doing talent shows, and we were doing all that kind of stuff. And then once I put together a little R&B group, because I also loved like the Drew Hill and Usher and all them guys. And once we put together a little group, we just started like really like reaching out, you know, just online, trying to see like what kind of labels would listen to us, and then we found one.
Well, it's crazy to think that like to go from the spectrum of R&B to country, like you could see like blues, the country, something, you know, a different, you know, exchange, or maybe like because it is rock country, maybe you're in rock and you go into country, or vice versa. And I feel like the one, maybe not one end of the spectrum, but to go from R&B to country had to have been a little bit of a transition for you.
Again, puberty happened, so it used to sound like Justin Timberlake, you know what I mean? So it worked out. But I think what happened really is, like I said, my mom listened to the Conway Twitty, George Strait, Garth Brooks was my dude since I was little bitty. So I had all the concerts. I was the kid that would watch the whole NSYNC concert on Disney, but then I would turn on the whole Garth Brooks concert. And so when I got a little older and I had my first daughter, you know, because we stopped music for a little while, and then I got a little older, I had my first daughter, and then we started to do some writing again as far as R&B, but it didn't feel right. The timing was off or whatever. And it actually wasn't until I done been married to my wife, which she's like right here. I done been married to my wife, and you know, so we had done been married a few years, and her brother and her dad are like super talented. They play guitar, they sing, and all that kind of stuff. So we started feeling around at the house, and I've always loved Clint Black, Tracy Lawrence, you name it. I listen to it and know it. And so we were just playing around or whatever, and they have a family restaurant. And they're like, well, we're going to do this show. And he loves Elvis music, so he was about to do every Elvis song, you know, known to man. And so I put some Trent Tomlinson, and I forget what other artists we had in there, but we put a few songs for me. And they got me up on stage for the first time to do a country song.
Just shoved you up there. Here you go.
That's kind of cool.
How many? I guess hey, that's how I learned how to swim. Kind of.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Right?
Yeah.
Nobody pushed you. You just fell in.
Yeah. Packed house, or was there a lot of people there?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
No.
It's a small town deal, so everything that they did, they had people there. But the fact that they were going to be playing music and playing Elvis music, dude, the whole town was there, right? And then I had gotten a little scared because we had just practiced, you know. And then I didn't even think they were going to call me up for real, but they did. And I was shaking, nervous, and I sung the first song I ever sang was by Trent Tomlinson. It's called "Angels Like Her," and then we just went from there.
Oh, that is so cool.
Impressive. That's cool. It's a really cool story. I mean, so is that who you? So you gotta thank your father-in-law, I'm guessing, for crediting to get you in the country, or who's the credit go to?
You know what even got me to do that was the fact that I used to do tower communication work, and we were riding down the road. We were somewhere in like North Carolina, and I was singing a Clint Black song. And one of my buddies, he said, Timmy, listen, I don't suggest you ever do this. If you did want to sing country, you don't sound too bad. So I was like, thanks, I think. But so some time goes by or whatever, and we're just pilling. But yeah, I credit them all the time for pushing me in. They pushed me into that water, you know what I mean? And the first one's the hardest, and they pushed me into it.
That's
awesome.
so cool. I'm happy you put a stamp on that story because I had that here, and I wanted to make sure you could back that up and give your buddy some credit there, your coworker. But you mentioned the artist. What was the song that he heard and was like, whoa, what is this?
Hold on, what was the question?
The song that your coworker heard you singing. What was it that he was like, whoa, you can do country?
Oh my gosh.
Do you
That's
remember?
a good question. It was Clint Black, and it was Untangling My Mind.
Wow.
Which is all that it's an old Clint Black song. And so it was called Entangling My Mind, and it's one of my, to this day, it's one of my favorite songs by him.
That's cool. Well, it sounds
Very
like
cool.
you've had a interesting path as we kind of move along here. Your mom shut things down. You mentioned you get into the communications world. You're doing that now. All of a sudden, you're getting back into the music thing. With that, you got to start building a band. What I read and what I was seeing, you went through Craigslist and Facebook. I could only imagine the talent that you had flooding your direction out of those outlets. If there's any fun stories or anything you want to share with that, I know obviously a major connection of yours came out, but if you want to talk about that.
Did anybody ever just like they played like one string and you're like, God,
Yeah.
I gotta listen to this for the next 15 minutes. This is terrible.
The problem is that you're already there with them at that point. So it's kind of like, how do you say, look, it's done, but listen, for one, can we just back up to the fact that you even know that? Like you did your research. Like I've been on some other interviews and they're like, so you're doing, what kind of music are you doing? I'm like, you didn't check at all. But dude, you went way back in the day. So yeah, we got this one guy that comes to my mind, and just as soon as he got there, I found him on Craigslist, and he said he was just studio ready, stage ready. He can't be touched in our tri-state. He gets there, and he's probably 27 years older than me.
Solid.
There was some other things, and I don't feel like it's right to say.
No.
You can say it.
Can I say it?
Of course.
You can say whatever you want on this thing.
I'm gonna say it.
Say it.
So, he's 27 years older than me, and he's cross-eyed, and he sang "Walking in Memphis" 5 times
In a row?
Dang near. Dang near. I'm sorry. So
No,
what happened?
you're good there too.
I'm good there. Okay.
Yeah.
So, dude, I could not believe it. And so he sang it. I said, you know what? Let's just play something. And he played that one. I think the mistake happened when I said, okay, that was good.
Oh, no.
Well, right. So somebody else played, and then he played again. So he played that song again. I kid you. Am I lying? He played that song about 5 times. And he'd just be like, walking in Memphis. Like that. And he'd be playing it a little off key. The guitar wasn't all the way tuned. And just looking at my ceiling the whole time.
He was looking
Do
straight.
what?
No, he was looking straight. It just looked like a ceiling.
No! He probably was. He was looking dead at me like this. Walking in Memphis. Okay, hey, listen. Okay, so we had some interesting people come through on Craigslist, and I soon figured out that wasn't the way to go, so I stopped doing that.
Hey, but you did get a perk out of that during that. I believe now. Shoot, after all that homework, Adam, I believe he's still with you. Someone came through and is still a vital part of that process. So with the bad, you kind of weeded your way through and you found some good, which is awesome.
What's crazy about Adam is that he's a powerhouse kind of guy, and me and him think a lot alike. And I won't get political, but we're really conservative people. We love We love our families. We love our guns. We love, we love these things. You know what I mean? I knew you'd agree. I'm still going to consider that hat merch.
It was such a hard deep.
But when Adam came in because I actually went to look at a drummer, and I went to the guy's house, and it turns out Adam was there for the first time to play with that drummer too. And then me and Adam, he's like, listen, I listened to your whole first EP, man. I really love the music. I was like, I appreciate it. And we played for about 45 minutes with that drummer before we said, okay, maybe the drummer is not the way to go. He was more of a heavy metal drummer. It just didn't work. So, but me and Adam just kept in contact. And at this point, I think it's been almost 4 years ago. And so he orchestrates he handles our band, he handles our practices, and he does a lot for it.
That's awesome. That's really
cool. That is so cool. Well, let's kind of dive now into that transition. You're pretty established at this point. Your new latest single, "Summer of Us." Mentioned you're a Kentucky guy. How cool was it being able to shut down Main Street in your hometown, downtown Henderson, Kentucky, shoot a scene of your latest music video from that song, "Summer of Us"? Man, that's got to be pretty rewarding, right?
Yeah, it is, man. They really. What's crazy is I called the city manager's office and I was like, hey, I'd like to see about shutting down just a block, getting a permit to shoot a music video. And it was me and Marie Collins is who helped me with that, and we talked about it for a little bit. Dude, it was like the next day, and the town paper was calling me like, hey, I heard you're shooting a music video. We want to do it. And I was like, okay, great.
Small
like,
town
who told
life.
you that? Yeah. So, man, we pulled the permit. They executed it so fast, man. And the chief of police, the district attorney, I know his words were in there real quick. And man, it was just really, really cool. We made front page of our hometown, and then we made the second page of the next city over. And it was just a really cool deal, man. We had I don't know if y'all listen to country music at all, but Jimmy Allen. Jimmy Allen, he's kind of doing this thing right now. So his videographer is the guy that shot "Summer of Us."
Oh, nice.
So I don't know if you've watched it, but he did a phenomenal job, and he's a great guy.
Very good. Very good song. I've been checking it out. Talk about that. Let's give a little meaning behind the song. If there's any better way to describe it, it's probably going to come from you. So let the people know just what is "Summer of Us" all about in your opinion, man.
It's just about it says it in the chorus, small town, small crowd. And to me, and it's basically talking about my wife. When we met, it was my friends, just a little, like a party that we had. And it's also about the hard times when you break up. There's kind of like, there's some cons to that in a small town too. But I called it "Summer of Us" simply because there's not a lot of dates that I remember. But the summer that I fell in love with her, the year and all that stuff could not come to me. It was just the summer of us, the summer of me and her, and how we started. So that's where it came from. It's
a relatable song for sure. It's very catchy. I like it. It's kind of got that little poppy to it a little bit as well. Was that what you were obviously going for and wanting?
I wanted to do something. I don't know if you listened to the last EP, but there's a song on there called "Holding On," and we had a little bit of steel guitar in there. And it's more of a traditional country song because I'm a really big fan of like the Steel Woods. So I love their sound. But this one right here, I wrote it and performed it for the first time last year at a big songwriters thing here. And I was like, man, it would be really cool just to do something real poppy. The next stuff that we have coming out with will not be that. But this was just fun to do because I felt like it was like an all digital beat. And I've never done that before. I've always been like full band, live band, all band, you know what I mean? But we wanted to do something a little different, and that's what we came up with.
Yeah, I listened to a couple different songs, and that one was definitely different that was different than what you had put out on the other stuff I had seen on YouTube and everything else. But I really liked it. I was listening to it actually with my wife a little while ago, and I liked that song a lot.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thousands of others have, man. That thing is blowing up. It's being shared, and it's all over the place, which is awesome. And just kind of talk about, I actually probably should have asked you this before, but if you're still with Omnisound, if they're still connected, I'm not sure if you're allowed to talk about that, but you remain an independent artist, unsigned to a label, but the support you have behind you in Omnisound, its clients included in the past Taylor Swift, Luke Bryan, Beyonce, Blake Shelton. I mean, it's a huge, huge investing company. If you're able to talk a little bit about that, man, that's got to be pretty cool with names like that.
Well, let's start here. If I was somehow signed to this thing here, but I claim to be an independent artist, and you totally blew my cover, right?
Yeah, I was reading.
I don't know if you
that's
can
why I
talk
was
about
like,
it.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so this is edited out.
Yeah,
Seth,
no, it will be edited out.
I'm just kidding. You know what's crazy is that I like when I hear, like, especially rap artists, they always say, "Oh, I'm independent. I'm independent. I'm independent." I'm like, but I know who your parent label is. I know who you're running through. I know who. So no, nobody's really. There's a select few that are really truly independent. All independent artistry means to me is that I don't have a label that hires everyone for me. I hire everyone. So my publicist, my media, my marketing, I hire each one of them specifically. Omnisound is they're just a sound company. So everything that we've tracked and recorded, I've done with the engineers and the producers from Omnisound. So there's really nothing invested with them. We just go to them for the sound.
Okay. All right. Well,
so that makes more sense.
Kind of clear that up. I'm not in that industry, so I didn't know the best way to word that. But thanks for clearing that up for me. As my face is just red as fuck.
Apparently, Seth's PIs didn't pick up on that.
Yeah.
He blew the cover so bad. Like, oh man.
Hey, it was out there, though. It was out there. I found it, and I was like, damn, those are some big dog names. And if you have people like that believing in you or willing to do something for you, it's got to be saying something, you know?
No. Yeah. The only thing, it's kind of like earlier that I talked to you about the reality show thing. That thing is still in the infant stages, and there's not really much to say about it, but that's another reason why we're coming out to LA again, first week of November. So fingers crossed on that. But that's something that maybe we shouldn't talk about, but now it's out there. So we're excited.
We can edit anything you want. Honestly.
Can you edit the fact that I said damn, and then I said what I said about that guy?
You could, but
okay.
Cross-eyed guy is awesome.
That guy was gold, so we're leaving that.
Fun.
Yeah, you thought he was staring at the ceiling, and Garrett said he was just staring right at you.
He said, "No, bro, he was looking right at you."
Oh, that's awesome. All right.
Well, anyway. Back to I want to elaborate a little more on the independent part, because I feel there's movies or shows or whatnot where people sign to a label and they sign away their life type situation where you have that backing where they're giving you resources to put out your music. But talk about maybe, what your favorite parts are about being able to create and, do everything on your own. Like you're not on their time, you're on your own time, I imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where we've been offered a couple, not big record deals, but we've been approached by record labels. The problem is that I already have everything that they're offering. And I say that in a way of, it's not even being like cocky or conceited. I have an investment team out of New York. I met them in Key West, Florida, because we were playing in Key West. I met these guys, and so we have the money that the labels would offer, right? We have distribution because it's online platforms. So you can go with whoever you want, TuneCore, CD Baby, you name it. So marketing, money, distribution, videographers, publicists, what do you need a label for? So my gosh, I hope it's a win. We signed to a label. It's because we have taken it from 1 to 5, and we want them to take us from 5 to 10.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to take it 1 to 5 and then all of a sudden let you put me back at 3 because now I owe you 70% of everything I bring in.
Yeah, and that's what that's kind of the stuff that I hear about when somebody does sign. They want that, I signed a record deal, and then it's like, well, what's that really mean? You know?
Like for us, for athletes, that's the going D1. That's I went to Division I, and now I didn't play. I got worse. I didn't do anything, and now where am I going to go?
Right.
So that's very relatable. That's pretty cool. But shoot, man, 2020 has been a weird year for everyone. For you in particular, let's kind of talk about, you had a 15-stop tour in Canada, stops in Seattle and Portland as well, 30-plus shows needing to be rescheduled because of COVID. Just kind of talk about that, man, if you can.
Would you crush him right now, huh? Jesus.
I was just like, you're pouring salt in the wound. I could see it on his face.
If you would let me. I was going to say, but with what feels like everything in a way starting to move back, how good does that feel? And what do you have upcoming and what is in store for you moving forward?
I appreciate the research that you have done. Bro, at
the same time, it's a shout out. That's a lot of shows. That's a lot of shows. Yeah. I'm not trying to pour any salt. I'm more.
No.
Recognize, dude, that's big time, man.
Listen. You came with it on this one. Like you did your research. You've touched on things that nobody else has really dug that deep into. I feel like so yeah. We had this whole Canadian tour. It started in like Vancouver, and then we go to like Kelowna and Victoria and Kamloops and all that kind of stuff. We were supposed to leave like 3 or 4 days ago, like September 29th, we were supposed to be leaving, and COVID messed it up. So what we've done is we're still working on it because nobody knows what's going to happen. But we're trying to rebook everything for March of 2021 as far as that Canadian tour. So the marketing is done for it. We're just going to wait and see when we can actually confirm it to do it.
I hope it happens. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I hope it opens back up and you're able to do that because, I mean, that's a big deal, and that sucks to have something like that ripped out of your hands.
Oh, my gosh.
People need Timmy Dunn. Got to play.
I don't know, man. We were excited about it, and especially being an independent artist, to be able to book that kind of tour. I got friends that are on labels that don't have any Canada shows in sight, and so for us to be able to do that, to me, it says something. And we were really wanting to. It was just going to look great. It was going to be great, but it was going to look great. You know what I mean? So remember, I talked about that label. It would take us 5 to 10. So I feel like if I would have got it executed and we would have went and did it, then it would have been in the books, under our belt. And that is something that where you can sit at that end of the table and say, look what we've done without you.
Yep.
We'll still do it.
Yeah.
It's just more time.
So hard.
So look at what we've done without you. Think about what we could do, if we all went into a situation together. But, 2020 has sucked for everybody.
It's literally costed all of us a job this year. So.
Yeah.
But hey, here we are getting to talk.
It's how we started this, and how we got to talk to you.
Yeah, love it.
No, definitely. It's definitely open doors. So, but I'm ready for it to be over too, though.
Oh God.
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, before we let you go, Timmy. You just got recently that sweet, awesome blue check mark that everyone wants on Instagram. One guy also on this damn podcast has one. So half the gang here. But talk about that, man. How exciting. That's how you know you've made it kind of moment, right?
Yeah, it's weird. Everything's so different than what maybe it was, back in the day. Is like that right there kind of just says, okay, now you're at some type of celebrity, status or whatever. But and let me say this without sounding weird, but to the common person, right? They look at that and they're like, famous celebrity, like, you know what I mean?
Oh,
They're
absolutely.
probably hanging out with Garth Brooks and Jason Aldean right now. But which one of y'all has blue check?
Danny does.
Okay. But that even with that, because it just happened for me like a couple of days ago. So I'm like, dang, who was at Instagram and thought about me? You know what I mean? But I don't know how it happened. But but I went to work today. You know what I mean? Like, so I do music, but I own a business where we do commercial residential window tinting. So I got up this morning and I went to work. So we'll use that. It's great. Because to me, from what I understand, it's like the hardest one to get. You get Facebook and Twitter and Snap. You'll get all that before you get the Instagram one, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that we got it, we hope to use it as a tool to get even more bookings, better bookings, and be looked at a little more serious than maybe what we were last year. But it was a great moment. We played around with it. I like commented on some of her stuff or whatever. Like just so that like
just to show it off, just to pound your chest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's so
I jumped
cool.
on her post and just start commenting on some stuff or whatever. Just I don't know.
Let everyone know.
Well, everyone sees it. Everyone sees it. Oh, it's a blue check.
Yeah.
Yep.
And as stupid as it sounds to be like, oh, I got a blue check, but honestly, in the world, it's a huge deal. Now,
huge.
Instagram, what it means is that there's enough articles and there's enough talk about you that you're relevant enough for them to give you that check. That's
right.
That's part of the reason I know it. So obviously the word on you is spreading and your band is spreading to where they've gone, okay, he can have the blue check, because it's not following based. It's strictly based on if they can look you up and you're
relevancy.
How relevant are you?
Yep.
Right. Like a digital footprint is big.
Yep.
Bigger.
So obviously you guys have built something pretty special to where
there's some momentum going.
That's pretty awesome.
Momentum going.
Real talk though, when you woke up that morning, and I'm assuming it was an email that came through, what kind of feelings went through you right then and there?
I'm not even the first one that saw it. Like, I got a text message with a screenshot from my guy, and so we were actually headed over. Me, the wife, and the kids. We were headed over to the next town, and we were going to go bike riding. And I get a text. And he said, "Dude, check your gram." And then I was like, "Okay."
Literally.
And then before I could even back out of the text message, he screenshots my page or whatever, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" So of course we go to the page, and me and Missy were sitting there in the Starbucks drive-through. Yeah, we're getting colder before we go bike riding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so we're just sitting there, and we just took a minute and was like, dang, like we've been at this for a while. It was a cool moment, and I'm so glad that I was with her, because we just sit there because we know how much sacrifice we went through building this brand and playing away at this, when so many people said we can't, we won't, we never will, it won't work. Around here, we're the weirdos. Everybody likes us, but we're weird because I'm a singer, she's a barista, we're vegetarian, but we're conservative as hell, right? Oh gosh. It's kind of mixed up, and we're a biracial couple.
Hey, but you make it work.
You're unique, man. You're an individual. Like,
you make it work. We love unique stories. We love sharing yours. And honestly, you've said a lot of good stuff in here. But I go back 3 minutes ago. The best part of this whole thing was you said, I got up and I went to work this morning. And that's kind of just shows the guy you are, man. Like, even in this 40 minutes of talking to you, the first that we've gotten the chance, it's been an absolute pleasure, man. So thank you again. Blue check mark, never too good for us here at CBS podcast. And we appreciate it, man. We really do.
All right, thank you, man. I appreciate it. And hey, we'll be out there in LA, so I hope to maybe do some lunch with y'all.
Well,
Yeah, sweet. Yeah.
And I got to get me that Hattie's guy.
You can have this one. I'll give this one to you.
Podcast warned, just like that.
We'll
Yep.
get a sticker on.
But no, we'll set something up for sure, Timmy. But thank you again, and
All right, thank you.
we'll talk to you soon, man.
Thanks,
All right,
Timmy.
brother.
Hey, thanks,
I
Timmy.
appreciate it.
All
See
right.
ya.
All right, see y'all.
Bam! There you hear the interview with aspiring musician Timmy Dunn from Henderson, Kentucky. So cool for us to just have another musician trying to make it in such a tough industry and working so hard and grinding. And for him, like I just said, as you heard the end of this interview, the coolest part of everything he just said, I thought was in the tail end of the final minutes there of he got up in the morning and he went to freaking work. You know what I mean? The guy grinds. The guy gets it. He gets after it. He obviously has a wife that is by his side, literally, that is supporting him as they're sitting in their home. I felt like we were in their home. You know what I mean? Like, it was so freaking cool to talk and connect with him and just kind of vibe and feel that connection with someone that we had no background of knowing anything about, honestly, other than going through the internet and being able to read or turning on Spotify and seeing this or seeing the thousands of views he has on YouTube, whatever it might be. So actually getting to talk and get to know Timmy was the coolest part for me. I don't know what you guys took away, but it was awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was a really cool part too. What I thought was cool was that was the first interview we've done that none of us knew who we were interviewing. We didn't know him personally. There was no connection through, a personal relationship. So I thought it was really cool. And for our first time, I thought it went really well. But the reason it went well was kudos to you. Like you said, you do your homework. And it's been the second or third time now that the person that we've interviewed has said, man, you pulled up stuff that nobody else has ever asked me. Nobody knows, which is kudos to you. And it gives our show an opportunity to do well because we get the background of so many people that I know I wouldn't look up. I wouldn't spend time. And, but it makes our show better, and I thought it was cool that he mentioned that. And I don't know, I just had a good time talking to him. He's just an ordinary guy, like he said. He was getting up and going to work while COVID had shut down his music. So I thought it was a really fun interview. Great guy. I really hope when he comes to LA, we can meet up with him and have lunch with him.
Yeah, let's not forget that part.
Oh no, I haven't. Because I'm looking forward to meeting him in person. He looked like a good time.
Yeah.
What a character. Like, he's a cool dude. And like Danny, you just said he's just an ordinary guy, but how he was talking about he and his wife are the weird couple, being in the region that they are, and they're vegan. The wife is a barista, him a singer, interracial couple, like super conservative. It was just funny to hear him talk about, but yet he doesn't care, he's an individual, unique, and I think that's a special quality that really shines when you're talking with him. And that quality and type of dude, it makes you feel even more for the fact that his tour was canceled. Like, I really hope that
a huge one at that. Like, what?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, intercontinental, or I guess it's the same continent, so
whatever.
You know what I'm talking
North
about.
America.
But going to another country and a big time tour. But just the normal lifestyle with restaurants the way that they are, and numbers that say 60% of the restaurants that closed are never coming back. And you hope that that's not true for stuff that's outside of that, and especially like artists like him, where they have that special quality, and don't let nobody take it away. And I hope that he's able to bounce back. So
yeah, I agree.
But what a cool guy, and super humble, and I really enjoyed talking to him. Super relatable, and yeah, no.
I'm getting down with these Southern connections, honestly. I might start talking with a twang here pretty soon. You watch out, I'll tell you what. Kentucky, like,
you won't be drinking out of that martini glass.
From Nashville, now Kentucky, like, dude, it's awesome. I think it's so cool. Like, again, not knowing him at all, being able to set it up so quick. And it kind of shows for him maybe recognizing, maybe we aren't big, maybe this or that. But for him, what does it hurt by hopping on here? What does it hurt by maybe having one or two people be like, holy shit, Timmy Dunn is awesome. I'm going to check him out and listen. And you just got a new fan.
2 new fans.
And you know what I mean? Just like that. And it just kind of shows he gets it. He understands it. And it's funny he had his wife there. Like, I remember watching like his music videos, like, damn, this chick's in all, like, is this his girl? Is this his what? You know what I mean? And then he mentioned she gets noticed as a barista at Starbucks or whatever it might be. Like, that's so cool that they've kind of established themselves like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's a great.
No, go for it.
No, I was just saying they're a great couple. I mean, they seem to have a great relationship, and she supports all of the stuff that he has to go through, ups and downs and everything. And I just really I enjoyed that interview a lot. Just normal guy, cool dude. And like you were talking when he was talking about the guitarist coming to interview the cross-eyed guy. Garrett said he was staring right at him when he was staring at the
didn't have the heart to like tell this guy like, do you know anything else? Like, oh my gosh! But that was hilarious, G. That was good.
That was hilarious. Yeah, it was.
Well, on that note, I was gonna say it sounds like, because I mean, have we had a guest so far that hasn't been a cool guy or gal?
No.
But like it just sounds so cliche. But everybody we've had on, and like this guy, we like Seth, like you said, we didn't know him, but he was wanting to be on the show and came on, and dude, he was freaking awesome.
Yep.
And it just sounds so cliche, and like I can't echo it enough. But we're not lying. These guys are actually really cool and really genuine, and I really enjoy talking to him and all of our guests.
I agree.
And I can say, when we started this, I don't know, it would be fun to go back to the pilot now that this is episode 19, but like our goal was to try and get a unique side of our guests. You know what I mean?
Right.
Get to stuff that people don't know, and hearing them say like, oh, you guys aren't just a normal sit down. Like, what kind of music do you have? Well, sir, if you went on Spotify, you should fucking know what I play. You know what I mean? It's not that hard. But who is Timmy Dunn? Who are these people that are so successful? How did they get there? I've never heard of him, but I want to. Like, why not? You know what I mean? So it's so cool. Like, that's what we wanted. That's what we set out to do. And to hear people say that, we're freaking doing it, fellas. So it's cool. It's like you said, it's probably brutal at the beginning. I'm sorry, Brandon Laird. Yeah. You don't get the love you probably should, because he's so rad, and that was our first one. But shoot, man, like from there to here we are, and the people we've been able to connect with and chat with is awesome. And we're not done yet, which I think is the coolest part.
I think I mean, like you said, we kind of went out on a goal to show the other side of people's success and show the other side of their story that people don't see or don't know. And I think we've done that, successfully for the most part. And for someone like Timmy, it's when you get those genuine followers, those genuine people that listen, that hear your story, for someone like him, that's where you create a new fan. That's where you create a better connection with your fans, as they start understanding your full background. Yep. And that's where you get all the support, the people like us who now we know Timmy, now we're pulling for him, right? And that's where it all comes from, and that was our goal.
Oh, I'll support the heck out of him. Like you guys said, November 4th, dude, if all three of us can't, at least one can't. You know what I mean? Like, someone hopefully can get with Timmy. I would love to, man. Like, it'd be so freaking awesome. But heck of a good time. Thank you again. If you guys have been here since day one, we thank you. If you're just joining us now, hey, welcome aboard. Here we are on a journey, episode 19, now in the books. I don't know if you guys have anything to add, but check us out. We're on Spotify, Apple, whatever you're listening to now. Looks like Danny has his hand up. What a nice guy. What do you have, Danny?
I'm happy NBA's done.
Oh, let's get that out there. Yay, Lakers.
Get off the TV.
Yeah, about time. I think they just wanted to stretch it out for more money. Yay, Lakers. It was 79-23. You're going to tell me it couldn't fucking be like that every goddamn game? Get out of here. And went 6. What a joke. Anyway, congrats, Lakers. Yeah, sweet. Anyway, episode 19 in the books. Rate, review, check us out. YouTube, subscribe. Lot of exciting things. We were talking pre-show. Not going to give anything up, but who knows? Things might be coming here at Connected by Seams.
I don't know. You're a talker. You might spill something.
Yeah, dude, I'm tough at secrets. You get a mimosa in me. Holy cow. Just kidding. But I have an off day. You guys probably don't. I don't know. My Mondays are weird. I work a weird schedule. But I hope everyone has a great freaking week. Thanks for joining us here at Connected by Seams. For Danny, for Garrett, I'm Seth. Episode 19 in the books. Episode 20 coming next. Jeez, we should have a freaking party. That is big time. Good for us, fellas. But here we are. Celebrate another good week. Have a heck of a Tuesday. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.
See ya.
The story's told, that's what you told me. But it was that small town, small crowd when we first felt that rush. It was a long way around town, trying not to go back home. It was a summer of us, living it up. We were just too far gone, but we were enough. Yeah, we were enough when we were in love. And nights out with the girls seemed fine.